Welcome to Twists and Tales. Get ready for a story that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Unexpected turns, hidden secrets, and mind-blowing revelations await. Let's dive in. I've lived in my house for years. I thought I knew every corner, every creaky floorboard, every draft of cold air that drifted through the hallways at night. I was wrong. It started when I decided to renovate the attic. The space had always been mostly empty, just a few old boxes, forgotten furniture, and layers of dust thick enough to write my name in. As I was moving an old heavy bookshelf, something strange caught my eye. The wooden planks on one part of the wall didn't match the rest of the attic. The color was slightly off, and the grain ran in a different direction. Curious, I tapped on it. Hollow. A chill ran down my spine. I pressed against the wood, and to my surprise, it shifted slightly. My pulse quickened as I wedged my fingers into the small gap and pulled. The panel popped loose, revealing something that shouldn't have been there. A door. There was no record of this on the house plans, no mention of a second room in the attic. The handle was rusted, the wood slightly warped, but after a few tries, I managed to force it open. A wave of cold, stale air rushed out, carrying a scent of decay. My phone's flashlight barely penetrated the darkness inside. The room was small. Dust covered everything, except for a wooden chair in the center, perfectly clean, as if someone had been sitting there just moments ago. And then I saw the walls, carvings, deep scratches in the wood, words, numbers, symbols I didn't recognize. Some looked like tally marks, dozens of them, stretching from the floor to the ceiling. I stepped closer, my heart hammering, my breath shallow as I read the words etched repeatedly across the walls. Don't let him in. The air suddenly felt heavier, like the room itself was resisting my presence. Then I heard it, a faint tap, tap, tap coming from inside the wall. I spun around, aiming my flashlight, but there was nothing, just the old wooden panels. I was about to leave, to seal the door back up, and pretend I had never found it, when I noticed something else, a notebook. It sat on the floor next to the chair, untouched by dust, as if someone had placed it there recently. My hands trembled as I picked it up. The pages were yellowed, brittle, but the handwriting was clear. It was a journal. The first few pages were normal, filled with mundane details, grocery lists, reminders, notes about the weather. But as I flipped further, the entries grew unsettling. Strange noises in the walls again, whispering at night. I think I saw something in the mirror. It wasn't my reflection. Another entry. I locked the door, but he still knocks. He knows I'm here. The last entry made my stomach drop. He knocks at 3:33 a.m. If you hear it, do not open the door, no matter what he says. At that moment, a sound echoed through the attic. Tap, tap, tap. From the entrance behind me, a perfect rhythm. I turned, my breath hitched. The attic door was slightly open, but I had left it closed. And then, a whisper. Let me in. I froze. The voice was right behind me. I spun around, expecting to see… what? A shadow? A figure? But the room was empty. My phone flickered. The battery had been at 80% when I came up here, but now it was dying fast. Then the tapping started again. Tap, tap, tap. This time, it came from inside the hidden room. The air grew colder. My breath came out in visible puffs. Then, the chair moved. Not much, just a tiny, almost imperceptible scrape against the floor. But enough. Enough to make my blood run cold. I backed toward the attic door, keeping my eyes locked on that cursed chair. My fingers fumbled for the light switch on the wall, desperate for something, anything, to break the tension. But before I could reach it, the whisper came again. Closer this time. Let me in. And then the attic door slammed shut. I ran. I don't remember making it down the stairs, but suddenly I was in my bedroom panting, locking the door behind me. The tapping didn't stop. All night, from the attic above me. I barely slept. By morning, I convinced myself it was just my imagination, the stress of finding something unexpected, a trick of the light. But then I checked my phone. 3:33 a.m. A missed call. No number. Just the words, "Let me in."